All right. Okay, we are live and we're recording. Welcome everybody to my summer. Oh, that's wishful thinking. To our winter solstice yoga practice today. It seems appropriate that it's snowing today on the winter solstice. Today is our shortest daylight day of the year. And that means our days start getting longer with more light. We gain about 1 to 2 minutes of light a day now going forward. But I know here in Minnesota, it's something about the positioning of the sun and the earth. And so we still won't notice it in the evening, but we'll start noticing it in the morning. And then all of a sudden, sometime in January, it'll just be like poof, and we'll start having later sunsets. So I always look forward to that. All right, so today for our solstice, we are going to be doing a seated chair practice. I recommend that you have a sturdy chair without arms if possible, and not on wheels if possible. If you're in a wheelchair, I want you to lock the wheels so that you don't roll. And you will want 2 blocks if you have them. If you don't have blocks, like a roll of paper towels is about the same height and can work well. Like a thick book, like a dictionary, an empty Amazon box, roughly that size, anything like that can work in place of a block. If you don't have anything, that's fine. It'll still be fine. No worries. We will work through it. And I just want to take a moment to mention that starting in January 12th through March 2nd, I have an 8-week chakra yoga practice. So each week we will go through the chakras, starting with the root, working up to the crown. And then on the final week, we will put it all together. So each week we will have a practice designated to that chakra. And then on the last week, we'll put all the chakras together into a practice. And each week we'll start with a little lecture about the chakra. We'll explain what the chakra is and what it does. And we'll also talk about crystals and stones associated with the chakra, as well as essential oils that can work with the chakra. So I will put that link, should be a clickable link. I will get that in the chat. There we go. So that's the link to sign up for that. And it is a pay what you choose. So you can pay 10, 25, 50, 75 is the full price. And then there's also $100 supporter level where it pays for you, plus you help offset the cost for somebody else. So pay what you choose for that. That starts in January. They are all recorded and the recordings are sent out each week. So if you can't make the live classes, they will all be recorded so you can watch them later and you can go back to them over and over again as well. And also I do have my weekly yoga on Patreon. And that is just $10 or $25 a month to join that. And we have a class each week. Sometimes we have 2 classes in a week. My schedule's been a little crazy, so it's been more like 1. But for sure, 1 class a week. It's gentle, it's accessible, it's mostly in a chair. And I also do hybrid. So if you don't want to stay in the chair, you can get up and do the poses as well. So you can stay in the chair or you can get up. And that's how those work. You sign up through Patreon, you have a Patreon membership, and as soon as you register on Patreon, you get access to all of the replays too. So that's pretty cool. There's quite a few of them in there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna look on Facebook real quick, make sure that we're streaming. Yep, looks like we're good. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go back to my chair. All right. Oh, I gotta take these off. They're readers, they don't work in a distance. All right. Okay, so everybody find your seat on your chair. And we want to be sitting to the front third of your chair. We don't want to be seated back in our chair, resting on the back. We want to be up to the front so we can sit up nice and straight. And if this is hard for you, if you need a little added support sitting up in the front of your seat, you can put a bolster, you can put a pillow, a couch cushion, something firm behind you that can give you support, but that you're not leaning back. So you want to make sure you're sitting upright and also making sure you're not hunched over in front. So I do not need this right now. So I'm going to take that out. And then I want you to just kind of wiggle around a little until you can find your sit bones. They're the two bones that come out at the bottom. And you can sometimes feel them depending. Some people can feel it through the skin, but you should be able to feel those sit bones. And just making sure that you're putting equal weight between the two sit bones, feeling it, making contact with your seat. And then you can do a little pelvic tilt, letting your pelvic tilt forward and backwards until you can find your neutral pelvis. And neutral pelvis means that you're not arching your low back and you're not rounding your low back. We're just keeping that low back nice and neutral with our pelvis. And then checking in with our feet. Our feet are really important. Our feet are what help us balance. They give us proprioception information up to our brain to let our brain know what we're doing. And we want to keep them healthy and strong. And so taking a look down at your feet, and let's lift the toes up off the floor and spread the toes out as wide as you can. So if you have tight toes and they stay together, you want to work on that. You want to work on gently massaging between your toes and gently trying to get your toes so that they can spread. Because when our toes are tightly together, that can affect our balance and proprioception. We want to be able to have a nice big grip on the ground, right? Kind of like the animals, they just grip the ground. So looking down, lift your toes, spread them out, drop them down, pinky to big toe, and feeling them make contact with the earth, pushing our feet down into the ground, taking the palms of our hands on the top of our thighs, gently, lightly pushing into our thighs, shoulder blades up, back and down. And then head and neck should be neutral. And you might need to tuck your chin back just a little. We tend to be a little pronated in our necks from leaning forward at our computers and phones all day. So finding this grounding neutral position. And then just starting to make our breath here, bringing our awareness to our breath. Just your natural breath right now. We're not doing anything special with our breath. We're just simply breathing in and out through our nose. Now I want you to envision that you have a feather underneath your nose. And on our inhale and exhale, we want to keep it steady and smooth. We don't want to make our exhale so strong that it blows that feather away. And we don't want to inhale so deeply that we suck the feather up our nose. We want that feather to just balance underneath our nose. Long, smooth in and exhales here. On your inhale, your chest rises, your belly softens and expands. On the exhale, your chest falls, your belly and your pelvic floor lightly contract. You can allow your eyes to close if you like, or just soften your gaze on the floor in front of you. On the inhale, feeling your breath down the back of your throat, filling your lungs, expanding through your ribs and expanding all the way down into your pelvic floor. Now begin to gently lengthen your inhale and exhale. Taking a little deeper breath, but again, slow and steady. We don't want to blow that feather away. Breath work helps us regulate our autonomic system. It helps us come into rest and digest, taking us out of fight or flight. Taking 5 minutes during the day to simply come into this breath can really help reduce any stress, tension, anxiety, or depression that you might be experiencing. Take a few more breaths here with the longer inhale and exhale. And then come back to your regular rhythm, your regular breath. And gently open your eyes or bring your gaze back upward. Let's take a big breath. And if you'd like, you can bring in your arms. Inhale, palms up, arms overhead, or to cactus. Lace those fingers. Exhale, palms to the sky. Take a little baby bend to the right. And then a little baby bend to the left. Little baby back bend. And a little baby forward bend. Inhale, coming back up straight and tall, big stretch. Exhale, bring those arms back down. Now let's start with some big shoulder rolls. Really bring those shoulders up to the ears, back down and around. Inhale as you bring them up to the ears and back. Exhale, down and around, going with your breath. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, around. One more this way. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down and around. Now let's go the other direction. Inhale, bring them up to the ears. Forward, down and around. Inhale, up and forward. Exhale, down and around. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, up and forward. Exhale, down and around. And come back to center. Now bringing your hands on your thighs. As we inhale, you're going to bring your right hand and shoulder forward, left hand and shoulder back. exhale as you come through center, and then left hand forward, right hand back. And inhale, keep alternating with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Right and left. This is a gentle twist for our upper back. Inhale right. Exhale left. And then come back to center. Let's do some gentle neck tilts. So we're going to bring our right ear towards our right shoulder just as far as it feels comfortable for you. If this makes you dizzy at all, go ahead and skip the neck tilts. We don't want to set anyone off on a dizziness flare. And then if you'd like, you can turn your chin towards the floor to deepen the stretch through the left side of your neck. And if you'd like to go deeper, you can bring your left hand to the small of your back, keeping that left shoulder blade back and down. Remember to breathe. Gently release the hand and then gently release your head back up to center. Take a breath here. And bring left ear to left shoulder, only as far as it's comfortable. A little discomfort is good, but if it's painful, we don't want any pain in yoga. We don't want any burning, stabbing, shooting. Those are all bad words. And if you experience any of that at any point, come out of that pose. We don't want pain. And gently roll your chin towards the floor. And if you'd like, you can bring your right hand as small as your back, right shoulder blade back and down. And gently release the hand and bring the neck back up to center. Now we'll bring both hands together, lace our fingers, and lift our elbows. And we're going to do a gentle thoracic twist. So we're going to twist just through our upper body, left and right, going at your own pace, keeping your head neutral towards the front, keeping your low body seated. This is stretching out that thoracic spine through your mid upper back, through your shoulder blades, through the area where we hold all of our tension. This is a great exercise if you're sitting at the desk all day. One more time here. And back to center. Release your hands. And we're going to do some lateral bends. So let's bring up our right hand and inhale as we bend to the left, bringing our right arm over. Exhale back to center. Switching hands. Inhale to the right. And exhale back to center. And if that's hard on your shoulder, you can always just keep your hand at your hip. Inhale to the left. Exhale center. Inhale right. This is your practice today. And if anything doesn't feel good to you, you can skip it. Inhale to the left. And we're going to stay seated in the chair. But if you'd like to stand, you're welcome. It's your practice. Inhale right. Back to center. Let's bring our left hand to our right knee. Inhale nice and tall through the spine. Exhale as you twist to the right, and you can use the back of your chair to help you deepen that stretch. And remember to breathe here. Take one more inhale. Exhale back to center. Take a breath in the middle. We're going to bring our right hand to our left knee, inhaling tall through spine. Exhale as we twist to the left. One more inhale. Exhale to center. Now let's bring both hands to both knees and we'll do seated cat-cow. So as we inhale, we're going to pull the shoulder blades back, broaden through the chest. Exhale as we round into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Now on this exhale, hold here and go ahead and just wiggle those hips around, waking up the low back. And come back up to center. We're going to bring our hands to our hip creases. And we're going to do happy hip circles. So we're going to start to the right. We're going to inhale as we come to the right and around the front. And exhale as you go around the back. They can be as big or as small as you like. Going with your breath. Inhaling the front. Exhaling through the back. One more time around this side. And when you get back to the right, we're going to come to center. And then we're going to do the same thing, leading with the left. Inhale around the front. Exhale around the back. Inhale to the front. Exhale back. One more time around. Inhale. And exhale. When you get to the left, we'll come back to center. And let's bring our hands to our heart center. And we're going to do seated cobra. So with our feet grounding into the earth, we're going to inhale as we bring our arms out to cactus and pulling our shoulder blades together, feeling the broadening in your chest. And you can look up if you like, if that's comfortable. And exhale, hands back to heart center, changing the cross of your hands each time, if you can remember. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. This is such a lovely heart opener. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead, release your hands to your lap. Just take a moment here to pause. Soften your gaze. And turn inward and checking in with your body. Listening to what it has to tell you. And take a nice big breath in and let's sigh it out. Now let's do a little bit of hip work. If you have two blocks, You're going to bring them on the low setting just outside your feet. And again, you can use a couple bigger books or a couple boxes. If you don't have anything, that's fine. And follow along. So we're going to start with our right foot. We're going to bring it up on the block, and then bring our left foot up on the block. Then the right foot's going to come to the outside of the block, left foot outside the block. So we're really working on our hips. Bringing right foot back up to the block, left up to the block, right back to center, left back to center. Now we'll go the opposite. Left foot to block, right foot to block, left outside, right outside. Left up, right up, left middle, right middle. Okay, we're gonna do this a few times. So we're gonna alternate the starting foot. So we'll start with the right, up, up, down, down, up, up, in. Left foot, up, up, out, out, up, up, down, down. Right foot, up, up, out, out, up, up, in. Left foot, up, up, out, out, up, up, center, center. Right foot, up, up, out, out, up, up, center, center. One more time, left foot, up, up, out, out, up, up, center, center. Good job. So that's kind of a fun one to work on our hip mobility. Now you can take your blocks out. We'll still need those, so keep them where you can reach them. Actually, we're going to keep one right away. We're going to move into some sun salutations. So bringing your feet a little bit wider, so we're making room for our body. I'm going to bring a block in front of us, and we're going to do some sun salutation. So we're going to start. Again, I just want to take a moment with the arms. When we bring our arms overhead, if that is hard for your shoulders, you can bring your arms to cactus instead. And if that's still too much, you can keep your hands on your hips. You can always keep your hands on your hips. All right, so let's begin. Inhale, palms up, arms overhead. Exhale, we're going to forward fold to our block, keeping that back straight. We don't want to round the back. When we start rounding the back, that's when we put our low back at risk. So keeping that back straight. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to come all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're going to add on. Inhale all the way up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale as we lateral bend to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Adding on. Inhale, half lift. We're going to take our left arm up into a twist. Again, you can always keep that hand on your hip. Exhale, back, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Right arm comes up in a twist. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Left arm comes up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. This time we're just going to forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, right arm up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Big stretch. Exhale, release the arms down. Good job. That was a lovely little sun salutation, getting our blood flowing, getting our heart rate up, honoring the winter solstice. Again, checking in here, take a pause, soften your gaze, checking in with your body. And now we're going to come into a warrior pose. So we're going to move our block and you're going to come to the diagonal of your chair so that you can. So we're at the diagonal of our seat. So our legs are off to each side of the diagonal. Now we're going to bring our right foot's going to stay bent and our left foot's going to come out like we're coming into warrior two. So we're in a warrior two pose on the chair. Now go ahead and look over your right leg. And if you like, we can bring our arms up into warrior two. And breathe here. Feel the strength, pushing those feet into the floor. Feel the strength of warrior. Breathing here. Your next inhale. Exhale, bring the right arm to the right thigh. Left arm comes over into side angle. Inhale, and as you exhale, let that arm come around in a windmill. Straighten that right leg, coming into triangle pose. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. Yoga is not about perfection. It's about doing the best you can. Inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, arms down, bring your feet back in. Now, we're going to come to the center of our seat again. And grab a block again. We're going to bring our legs extra wide. We're going to come into a wide forward fold. We're going to bring our block down in the front. Inhale, nice and tall through the spine. Exhale as you forward fold to your block, feeling that nice stretch in your inner thighs. Breathing here. And on your next inhale, coming all the way back up. Now walk your right foot in, walk your left foot out. So we're going to come into a side lunge, bringing our right arm to our right thigh, feeling the stretch in your right inner thigh. Coming back up, walking the left foot back in. Now we're going to do our warrior series on the left side. Coming again to the diagonal of your seat. I move my block. Now this time we're doing the left leg comes out and that right leg is going to go straight. So we're just using the chair to assist us here in our warrior poses. So now looking over that left knee, we can bring our arms up if you like into warrior two, pushing the feet into the floor, feeling the strength in your body. Inhale, and as you exhale, left arm, left thigh, right arm comes over into side angle pose. As you inhale, exhale, let your arm windmill around, straightening that front leg and coming into triangle. Now inhale as you bring your upper body up. Exhale, arms come down. Walk your feet in. And come back to the middle of your chair. Again, grab your block. We're gonna do that wide forward fold again. So legs nice and wide. And your feet can kind of angle out here. They don't have to be straight forward in the wide stance. Inhale tall through your spine. Exhale as you forward fold to your block. Again, keeping that back nice and straight. No rounding in the low back or through the shoulders. Inhale, coming up. Now walk the left foot in and walk the right foot out. We're going to do the side lunge on the right side this time. Exhale, bringing your left arm to your left thigh, feeling the stretch through your right inner thigh. Inhale, come up, walk that right foot back in. Now just take a moment here to pause, soften your gaze, checking in with your body. Just listening to it. Go ahead and give it any wiggles where it needs a little wiggle or a little movement. Now we're going to move into figure fours. And if you need a block, you can use a block. Some of you might not need a block. Either way is going to be fine. So you can put the block against your right leg. And we're going to bring our left ankle either to your right knee or to the block, whichever is most comfortable for you. I can't quite get mine up there, so I'm going to use the block. And allow your left knee to angle out. So we're in a seated figure four or pigeon pose. Now, if this is a good enough stretch for you, you can stay right here. Or if you'd like to go a little deeper, you can bring your hands to your hips. Inhale tall. Exhale, forward fold, keeping that back straight. You might not be able to go very far. If your back starts to round, come back up a little. We want to keep that back straight. And check in with your sit bones, making sure both sit bones are staying on the seat. If one pops up, you got to come back up a little. Keeping everything even as best we can. Feeling the stretch through your outer hip, maybe even in through your low back and glute. Inhale, coming up. Go ahead, release the left foot. You can move the block if you're using the block. Now we're going to take the left foot to the, right, the right foot to the left knee or block. Again, let the knee come out. Feeling that stretch. You can bring your hands to your hips if you like. Inhale tall, exhale forward fold. And again, checking in on those sit bones and your back. Just because you can go further doesn't mean you should go further. Sometimes if you go further, you're defeating the stretch. Inhale, coming back up. Releasing the right foot down. Go ahead and you can remove the block and walk your feet in closer. Now we're going to cross the left foot over the right foot. Let's bring our hands out in front, thumbs up, turn the thumbs down, cross the right hand over to the left, lace your fingers and pull them through. If you can't quite do that, you can simply hug your shoulders. So now we're in seated eagle pose. We'll start slowing down our breath. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze to the floor. And breathe here. Again, bringing that feather underneath your nose. Slow, steady breaths. Gently open your eyes. Release the arms and the hands and release the foot back. Take a breath here in the middle. Now let's cross our right foot over our left foot. Hands out, thumbs up, thumbs down, left over right. Pull them through. Or if you're hugging your shoulders, change the cross of your arms. Again, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Slow, steady breaths. Gently open your eyes. Release the arms and the hands and release the foot. Again, take another breath here in the middle. And now we'll prepare for Shavasana, final relaxation pose. Now you can scooch back in your seat and rest against the back of your chair. If you have a bolster, pillow, or cushion, that might be more comfortable for you to lean back into. Whatever's comfortable for you. Make sure that your head is resting on something. You can also come to the floor if you prefer. Letting your feet come out, letting your hands just rest on your thighs, wherever it's comfortable for your hands to rest. Tuck those shoulder blades under. it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Begin to quiet your body and your mind. If there's any wiggles that you need to get out, go ahead and wiggle. Bring your attention to your breath. Feeling your chest rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. Relaxing your feet and your toes. Relaxing your ankles and your knees. Relaxing your hips and your low back. Relaxing your shoulders and your upper back. Relaxing your elbows and wrists and your fingers and hands. Relaxing your throat and your neck. Releasing the tension in your jaw and tongue. Your tongue should just gently rest against the top of your mouth. Relaxing your eyes and your forehead, the crown of your head. And as you begin to quiet your mind, know that thoughts will arise. And if they do, simply release them. Let them go without any judgment, without labeling them good or bad. They just are. And then bring your attention back to your breath, the rhythmic breath, and then the rise and fall of your chest. For the next few minutes in restful silence. Gently bring your awareness back to breath. Rise and fall of your chest. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and gently open your eyes. Bring your hands to the seat of your chair behind you and very gently pushing yourself up to sit. And gently come back to the front of your seat. And let's take 3 final breaths together. And on the last breath, I invite you to join me with Om. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Om. And with your hands at heart center, take a moment to acknowledge your body, mind, and spirit. Give yourself gratitude for being here today and present in your practice. Let's give gratitude to the winter solstice, the longest day of the year, because where there is darkness, there is light. And I thank you for practicing with me. I hope you've enjoyed this chair practice. Please go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know how practice was for you, how you feel. And leave a comment in the chat, or if you're on Facebook, drop a comment below. You know how that felt for you. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Cynthia. And again, just another reminder, I have weekly Patreon classes, just $10 or $25 a month, you choose. And that's for the month, 10 or 25 for the month. And then I have my chakra course, my chakra yoga coming up starting in January 12th. It's an 8-week program. We'll work our way through the chakras. Donna said, wonderful. Thank you, Donna. Donna's one of my regulars on Patreon. She can attest to that. Melissa said, that was amazing. Thank you, from West Branch, Iowa. So thank you all so much for joining me today. This has been lovely. Like I said, it seems appropriate that we're getting a blizzard on winter solstice. Enjoy the darkest night of the year. Tomorrow we start gaining light as we head into winter. Thank you all for being here. I hope to see you all again. Have a wonderful holiday, whatever you celebrate. And I will see you all again soon. Thank you, everybody.